Wide Open Outdoor Adventures with your host, Dave Altiera. We'll make you a better sportsman.
Subscribe to the Wide Open Sportsman YouTube channel today. Bass fishing South Texas lakes is coming your way next.
Is this textbook awesome or what? On today's episode of Wide Open Outdoor Adventures, it's fly fishing, private lake, South Texas, bass fishing. This is going to be good. Don't change that dial. Thanks for joining us today on this episode of Wide Open Outdoor Adventures. I'm with my good friends, Foard Houston and his wife, Debbie, and we're going to fly fish South Texas private lakes. How's it going, man?
Good. I'm glad you're here. We're going to do a little wading, see if we can catch some big bass on topwater.
Big bass on topwater. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be an awesome show. All right, Foard is hooked up.
You see him turn?
Looks like a good one.
This guy has some shoulders on him. I'm just trying to keep him out of that log right there.
Nice.
Get ready, this guy might jump out right now.
We got some rod bending action.
Big poppers, big fish. Dave, a good 3.5. Bogo gripped, so he's fixing to take off. Yeah, no, he's released. There he goes. That boy had some shoulders on him. I thought he was a little bigger.
What I was going to show you guys here is there's a little gravelly area right there, and what they do with these tanks is they drain them down about once a year, and they come in and they put this gravel from riverbeds, and it enables the bass to have little spawning zones. So this is very, very well managed lake here in South Texas. Awesome bass fishing right here with the fly rod. Sweet. These lakes that we're fishing here in South Texas are very, very well taken care of. In fact, they use water wells to keep them full. They have aeration like this to add oxygen to the water so the bass have an excellent habitat. And not only that, biologists come in here and shock this system and actually shock the fish, and they float up to the surface, and then they measure them, count them, they go back to their normal way of life. But now they have a handle of which fish are populating more and which fish need to be harvested out, especially the perch. Lots of different perch in these waters to feed the bass. Bass are number one here. They manage their black bass. Fish on. Oh, he's mad. Oh yeah, that's a bass right there.
That is a bass.
And there's a bigger one up in this pocket right here. I am fired up now. Look at this fish. So watch how I bring him to me. I'm gonna move the rod to my body. I'm gonna move my rod to my body. It brings the line to him. And then I can get him and lip him. I'm gonna hold him super tight because these big fish have an ability to jump right out of your hand. Look at this bass. I saw him blow up and I came in and I sight casted him. He was right there by those sticks. right? Those boulders and those rocks sticking out in that wood right there. And I went in there and I got him. That's what I'm talking about. A beautiful largemouth black bass right here, South Texas, rod bend in action. Ooh, that's what I came for, man. My adrenaline's on fire, my heart's pumping. That's what we came to South Texas for. To South Texas for.
Foard is hooked up again. This lake is on fire. We are working structure. It holds bait fish and, as you can see, game fish.
Rod bend in action is on fire. Special thanks to Foard Houston and Debbie for taking me out to some of these South Texas lakes to catch some awesome largemouth black bass. Thanks, Foard.
Dave, I'm glad you're here. I've been fishing these lakes for quite a few years, and I love the opportunity to be out here every time.
This is where these big fish live. I'm gonna do a little GoPro video of him, find some cleaner water, and here he goes, the little guy. Happy fish, happy fisherman.
Let's talk about the equipment we use on today's show. First, let's talk about the reels. Today we use the 8-weight Hydro Orvis reels. We matched these Hydro reels up with 8-weight Orvis rods, 9-foot. We paired these rods up with the Orvis floating line. I love to fish this lake with big, large poppers and hard body poppers because that's what the bass really love. Try those little pockets, baby. Now that moss. See, they're just not kind of eating these baits. They're getting after them. Come on, open up. They are sucking them down today. Well, everyone is just taking it deep. Awesome. Right. Did you see that booger tear that up?
Awesome. The bite is on.
That is a big, oh, that is a big bass.
Awesome.
Man, there you go. What about that booger? There we go. Is that a 6-pounder, Dave?
Sweet.
Bogoed.
Foard, was he out in the middle?
Yeah, that fish was out in the middle, Dave. That aerator. Well, he hit it hard. Okay, let's put this guy back in the water and let him swim off.
Fish on. He came from the other side of the grass.
Good bass, Dave.
Another nice South Texas largemouth. Pretty fish, pretty water. Fish on. That was totally awesome.
Tension on him, he's going.
He's a good fish. Look at this rod bend in action on wide open outdoors, baby. Look at that fish jump. Now this is a big bass.
I mean, this is a big bass.
You think?
Might be your 10-pounder. Dave, I don't know what he weighs, but this might be your 10-pounder.
Rod bend in action on Wide Open. Let's get him all cleaned up. We'll show him to you. That was smoking hot. Couple casts into this little zone here with no moss on it, and rod bend in action. Fired up big time.
I'm gonna go grip him real quick. Okay. 8-pounders, boy.
Nice.
Touch that boy. On a fly rod with a popper on top. No losing, man.
Now that's what we came to South Texas for. Some big old largemouth black bass rod bending right here, smoking hot. Say hello to my little friend. That's what I'm talking about. Now, let's get him back and let him fight another day. We got a big bass right here. So let's get him kind of on his way. Now that's why I fish.
Dave, what do you think about that bass? That's one of the biggest fish you've caught on a fly rod?
Foard, that is the biggest bass I've ever caught on a fly rod. Conventional, I've caught some pretty good fish, but that's the biggest one on a fly rod.
This is why I love these lakes. At any time, you have a chance to catch a 10, 15-pound bass at any cast.
Thanks for spending some time with us today on this episode of Wide Open Outdoor Adventures. As you can see, we caught some awesome largemouth black bass in South Texas with a fly rod. Foard, it was great.
Right, Dave. You can tell why I love this place so much. It's some awesome fishing.
Yeah, we love fishing here. Enjoy it.
Well, it's always something new on our show. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in a Wide Open Outdoor Adventure.
The Sandy Oaks Ranch is on 525 acres near Divine, Texas. They offer the perfect setting to celebrate your life's greatest events or simply get away from it all. They have several pavilions for events, and they have 4 live oak cabins to accommodate you and your overnight guests for your weekend destination or overnight stay. When we were there, they had a full-blown, formal Texas-style wedding in full swing. Contact my friends Foard and Debbie for your next experience of a lifetime.
Special thanks to 2 Tons of Steel for their musical support.
Visit wideopensportsman.com every day for your daily fix of adrenaline. Just get out there. You know, it's always wide open.